Let's talk about Super Mario 3D All-Stars, shall we? On September 3rd, Nintendo put out a Mario Direct. 2020 is a year, the 35th year of Mario being released, his 35th anniversary, if you will. And they announced they were going to release a few things relating to Mario, and one of them being the 3D All-Stars pack, which includes Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy 1, not 2. So, I just want to talk about this for a little bit, the weird things I've been seeing online, just on Twitter and YouTube. So, when I saw this Direct, when I saw specifically the announcement of these three games releasing, I mean, I was going pretty crazy. Super Mario 64, it's pretty much my childhood. It was my very first Nintendo 64 game I ever played. And it holds so much nostalgia for me. Probably a little more than Ocarina of Time does, because it was my first 64 game. And my first Mario game that was in 3D. It was a lot of firsts for me. And seeing that it's getting released on the Nintendo Switch and upscaled, I'm really happy. And at the same time, I felt kind of split, I guess. I was happy, but also surprised to see that they didn't replace, like, the models with the Super Mario 64 DS models, like Mario, giving him his current look. I guess I'm just surprised it's not a remaster or a remake. It's rather just an upscale, which, I mean, that's fine. It's more nostalgic that way. And yet at the same time, it seems weird to me that they decide not to make it look just a little better by making it look graphically a bit more. Like, I mean, take Sunshine or Galaxy, for example. Mario in those games looks like Mario as we know him today. But Mario 64 Mario does not. That is how Mario looked, but it's not how he actually looks. Even, like, box art, the manual art, and just the renders for Mario at that time did not look like Mario as he appeared in the game. But again, it's more nostalgic to have Mario look the same way he does, you know, now in that game as he did then in that game. And Nintendo knows what they're doing by doing this. In Super Mario Odyssey, one of the unlockable skins you can get from Mario is his Super Mario 64 look. And I mean, that's really cool. And they played on the nostalgia a bit more, because if you're wearing that costume and you talk to a Toad or something in the Mushroom Kingdom, Kingdom. Yeah, the Mushroom Kingdom, whatever. You can go into a secret room, which takes you to the back to where the star statue is. Where in Super Mario 64 there'd be boos that you could attack, and one would lead to a Big Boo's haunt. And then that star statue with the plaque that reads... Oh, it reads like one of two things, people say, but it's really blurry. But the most common reading of it is L Israel 2401. Which, I mean, doesn't really mean anything, except it does now, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and Google Super Mario 64 Luigi Israel Mega Leak, or whatever, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's something else. Anyways, what I'm saying is, Nintendo knows what they're doing by nostalgia baiting, or nostalgia pandering, whatever. So, anyways, point is, I guess I was still just a little surprised they didn't make it look better, or make it look more modern, but that's fine. Because in the end, I get to play my childhood on the Switch in 720p, so it's in high definition, it looks good, they cleaned up a few things, and left the game pretty much as it is. And that's fine. And they're releasing Sunshine and Galaxy 1 in this 3-game package. Now, not even an hour after this announcement, people were already complaining, whining, making a fuss over this tribute to Mario's history. Now keep in mind, this is a 35th anniversary release. No one is being forced to buy this game. Nintendo did not have to do anything for this. At all. They didn't have to do anything. They could have just said, Happy 35th anniversary to Mario and his adventures, and then they could have plugged an ad for Mario Maker 2 or for Mario Odyssey. That's all they could have done. Or that's all they probably should have done. Or all they would have needed to do. However you want to put it, they did not have to go out and make new merch for Mario's 35th anniversary. But they did. And it's really cool they did. And yet, there's so many people whining about this. And also, something that I did not mention, the 3D anniversary collection, whatever you want to call it, I can't remember what it's called, but whatever, 35th anniversary collection has a limited release window. I think it ends like March of next year, and then it's not going to be sold physically or digitally after that. The Kirby anniversary, and the Zelda anniversary both had limitations for some of their stuff too that would not be released after that point. And I mean, it is annoying, yes. Is it something to whine and complain about? No! Nothing's going to be available forever. It's not. Nothing lasts. Just, there is plenty of time to pick up this thing that you would want. I think there's about a 6-month window. Are you telling me that in 6 months you can't get a hold of it? And then like, okay, sure, you can make an argument. What about people who come out afterwards? Well, that's kind of a shame, but that's how the way it goes. When I got a 3DS, I was way past the window to get the Four Swords Anniversary Edition. Later, though, they ended up re-releasing it for just a limited amount of time to people who weren't able to get a hold of it back then. But again, the whole point is that nothing lasts forever. Anniversary sales, anniversary releases will not be forever. Because they are a product of that time. They are not forwards. They do not go forward like any other game does. Super Mario Odyssey is not a game that was released on an anniversary or anything, or a special time. It was released in 2017 in October, and it sold continuously, physically and digitally. It's not an anniversary game though, so it means anyone can get a hold of it, anyone can play it, and it's not a product of that time. The anniversary stuff is for people now who want to also celebrate along with Nintendo. And it's just, that's how it is. And sure, you can not like that. That's fine. Like I said, I mean, I wasn't able to get a hold of the Four Swords Adventures, or excuse me, Four Swords Anniversary Edition for quite a while. And that upset me, being, you know, a Zelda maniac. It bothered me. It bothered me a lot. I mean, I was able to get it eventually, but I had to come to terms with the fact that I might never be able to have that version or play that version. But I was able to. And that's the key. That these anniversary games were released later on for people who weren't able to get it previously. But right now, there are so many more people who are able to get a hold of this stuff. And they're releasing this collection physically and digitally. So there's not really that much of an excuse for you not to be able to get a hold of it. Plenty of people are able to access this, to buy this. And it's $60 for 3 games, so each game is worth $20 each. Now, let's go on to another complaint that I've been saying. Where's Galaxy 2? Honestly, I found it kind of weird that Galaxy 2 was not in this 3D collection. And granted, it doesn't have to be. They could have just released Super Mario 64, and then just like, you know, oh, anniversary from like the very first time he set foot in 3D. And that'd be it. But that's not what they did, they included 3 games. 3 games that change how Mario played each time. Mario 64, the very first 3D Mario game. Open sandbox game type. Super Mario Sunshine changed how the game worked again. It's still kind of open sandboxy, but not quite the same way as Super Mario 64, and requirements for beating the game were a bit different, but the collection aspect was still there. And Super Mario Galaxy 1 changed entirely how a 3D game would work. It went from sandbox to, what was it? Basically like the way that 2D Mario games, you get to the flagpole, get to the end. Course clear. It's called course clear. It's a course clear game. But you still end up collecting stars and other things like that, like you would in 64 and Sunshine. But all 3 games had drastic changes to the 3D Mario style. Galaxy 2, while a really great game and did really well, sold really well, did not do anything necessarily different that Galaxy didn't already do. It was still a course clear 3D Mario game. They added new galaxies. It was basically like DLC for Super Mario Galaxy. It's just more Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, I have a theory that Galaxy 2 is packaged in the game in the 3D collection. It might not be, but I think it might be. Like it's an unlockable or something like that. But anyways, people upset Galaxy 2's not in there. I kind of get it. But at the same time, again, they didn't have to do anything. But they did something to celebrate. And now, like, it's just, this whole thing has devolved into, well, they really didn't do much for the anniversary thing. Kirby did more. They keep listing other things that did more or did differently. But once again, they are not required to do anything for this. And yet they decided to do something. And a huge sticking point that I've been seeing is, the price point is $60 for 3 games, when I can buy Super Mario 64 on Virtual Console and Wii U for $10. It was only for $10 on the Wii, stuff like that. And that's why I use emulators, stuff like that. Okay. That was then, this is now. I mean, things change. It's $20 per game. Sunshine right now, like I think one of the cheapest prices you can get it for physically right now, is like $70 on a good day. And like Galaxy is still like in the $15 to $20 area. But even so, this collection of 3 games, being upscaled, widescreened, and I imagine playing a little better, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth $20 for each game. And that's just how I see it. But like, everyone who's like, oh, it's $60, but why? Like, the Spyro trilogy and the Crash trilogy are $40 each. Okay. But Activision, or, Vicarious Visions, Toys for Bob, whichever one of those, they're not AAA publishers, so it's not a AAA game. And I mean, it's sad that that's the way that kind of is, that's why the price is smaller, but that's the way it is. Nintendo is a AAA publisher, AAA developer. I mean, of course it's gonna be $60, what are you expecting? If you're expecting anything less than $60 for a collection of 3 Mario games, you're out of your mind. You're crazy, you've lost it. And it's just the way it is. So, anyways, I'm really excited for the 3D collection. A lot of people are not. A lot of people are getting like, oh, it's minimal effort, they don't care, it's too expensive, limited release, no Galaxy 2. Look, I get it. I get those complaints. Because I think we all feel the same way. But you've got to understand that Nintendo didn't have to do anything. At all. Nothing. there are some companies that do nothing as well. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think, did Sonic do anything for its birthday recently? I don't think it did. The thing is like, oh, happy birthday and stuff like that. Yeah, Sonic didn't do anything for its anniversary. Like, Sega tweeted out and Sonic tweeted out, you know, happy birthday to Sonic, whatever, and that's about it. There was nothing special that happened for the anniversary. And yes, Mario is of more cultural importance and historical importance than Sonic is. I mean, arguably. But, again, nothing had to happen. And the way that I've been seeing is, if, you know, either they should have done nothing, and I haven't been seeing anyone say that, but the argument there is, either they should have done nothing, or they should have gone all out and did more. But it's not just that collection of games that's being celebrated for the 30th anniversary. It's also the re-release of 3D World, plus its own new content. It runs better, runs faster, there's more stuff with it. It's not just 3D Collection, it's 3D World as well. We're getting new shoes, and like a new Game & Watch. There's all kinds of things. They did go all out for this anniversary. But it's this one sticking point that everyone is hating now. Congrats, Nintendo fans. You really are the worst. Anyways, so that's my discussion, talking point, thoughts about this 3D collection. I'm happy we're getting what we're getting. I'm really happy. And that's all there is. So, just please, Nintendo fans, the Nintendo collective, stop being so whiny. Stop complaining about every single thing. So stupid. You have no idea how idiotic you look to everyone outside. Some say Sony fanboy is the worst. You could insert any fandom, and they will always look like the worst fandom. But right now, the Nintendo fandom is hitting it way out of the park for worst. Stop. Enjoy what we have. Be thankful for what we are given. Please.